Well, I guess, as chairman of the planning commission of the city of Memphis, meeting order with pledge of allegiance.
With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, roll call.
Weaver.
Here.
Phillips.
You.
Martyr, yes, I'm here. Gallagher. Absent. Schneider.
Here.
Parkmore.
Here.
Henley.
Here.
Davis. Here. And Dunsmore is absent.
Motion to excuse the absences.
I'll make the motion.
That motion.
Support, then.
Support to excuse the absence. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
You can't make motions, right?
Motion
I
carried.
can't.
Oh, you can't, okay,
Here,
I'm sorry.
I can't on city
Plan.
council.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Everybody had a chance to look over the agenda. We have any additions or corrections to the agenda? We have one item, the American legal update to the code book.
Under new business.
What are we
So,
calling that?
a recodification, it's American Legal's report on recodification of our city ordinance. And under new business number 1, and making that change, make a motion that we accept the amended agenda.
Support.
Our motion and support to accept the amended agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Everybody had a chance to look over the minutes from the previous meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes. There's no questions?
Support.
I have a motion and support to accept the minutes from November 12. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Wait. Are we supposed to also have a public hearing on the agenda?
No, because it has, according to the code book, it has to be in the paper 15 days before the meeting
Oh, okay,
for an actual public hearing.
okay.
So we need to discuss adding a public hearing for the next meeting for here
Okay.
and put it in the paper. We'll also have to make a motion and tell the office to.
Does that have to go to council to spend them? Oh, it's not that much money.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't.
All right.
No, we can put ads in the paper.
Down under
But
business.
this is, I noticed that.
We'll do that under comments from commissioners and let Eric speak about it.
Okay, and I noticed that the sign is different or something too though, right, that, for this meeting, that it's a
Yeah, changed it to have that on it,
public hearing or something? Okay.
or public comments.
There you
I mean, we could say we took public comments, that it wasn't public hearing, this one's public comments, next one's public hearing.
Okay.
And we'll just take a quiet moment to take public comments from the peanut gallery.
All of you are here.
And we'll take it.
All right.
All right, minutes approved. Any comments from citizens? I see no citizens, so I'm sure there's no comments. Communications. Oh, it is, just go back at you.
Could have.
What kind of communication do you have?
Just had that one thing about.
It's
What I do with it.
it's a class for,
The
planning.
zoning administrator class?
There it is.
It's the certificate program, is that what it is?
Michigan Citizens Planner Classroom Series. It is 7 weekly sessions, Tuesday evenings, January 13th and February 24th, 6 to 9, if anybody wants to go. There is a fee for that, so St. Clair County. Being held down in the auditorium. Pass it down to Kurt to file it for you.
Oh, you got that? I did get an email today. Go to it. See if I can find it. It was from Michigan State.
All right, so we're talking about the master plan right now, anyways, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking for that? Did you guys look at
what we have here so far. So, I don't know if there's anything you guys want to add. I mean, I basically just winged it the whole way on this thing. And I know there's some mistakes in there. I actually already changed, like where I took out where it said New Baltimore. But the question is mainly about the action plan. Now, I don't know if there's things that you guys wanted to add or you wanted to take out. Like I said, I really just was winging it.
Well, I gotta say, you did a nice job of putting this together.
No, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I don't know, I mean, my focus obviously is mostly on the Bell River Park. So I don't know if there's things we want to add about other parks. I mean, they're pretty small as far as, because this is parks and open space plan, or if there's other things we want to add. I know Dan's talked about farmer's market type of a thing. I don't know if that should be in here or not. I really don't know. The other action plans that I looked at are so different from our situation because they're, bigger cities and,
There's a lot more going on.
yeah, exactly, right. It's quite different from our situation.
So the purpose of what we're trying to do with this is we have to have it if we want to get the grants.
Right.
But is this the actual document that's going to be looked at?
You know, they
You know,
don't
to
look
get a
at
grant, or do
apparently,
we
according to
Have something
Mark
else along the
Roach,
line?
they don't even look at it until you apply for the grant.
Then they-
But he can make sure, he said he would look it over and make sure that it has all the keywords and the elements that they look for when they go for the grant. The thing is, we don't have to compete against anybody for a $250,000 grant. And apparently that is hemorrhaging money from everything I've heard. That you can basically, as first-time community, with a plan in place, get $250,000 to do whatever you decide to do. And improving that park down there, if we had $250,000, we could do way more than probably any of us can imagine to improve that. I mean, it's already beautiful. Hopefully all of you have walked down that trail and been back there, it's a beautiful piece of land. And, I kind of feel I'd like to keep some of the rough natural beauty and not improve it too much, if you know what I'm saying. But it does need some work.
Walkway improvements, and
Yeah.
things like that.
It needs some areas where either we've got some fishing holes, they could use benches or, whatever. And we got, in the spring, we'll know what will wash away and what won't. So, that'll be a key opportunity for us to really move forward and go for some money.
But we're not looking at this as being like, this is part of the application for the grant or anything, that if we wanted to
Well,
have
until you-
more things in an action.
It's got
plan.
actually, we should add everything we can to this.
Okay,
Um,
that's the question.
Well, we can add to this in the future. too.
Yeah, but it's a growing
Right.
document as well.
Okay, right, okay.
But it has to be approved before you can go for the grant. This plan, having a plan in place. He seemed to think that getting it approved is kind of a no-brainer.
Right.
If you have a plan, oh, great, they have a plan, it's approved. But then when they look at your application for the grant money, they compare it to your plan and make sure that it all jives together.
Which one, 24 fits with what the plan says.
Exactly.
Which,
So, hopefully, Mark, has he given you any feedback on it?
No, I haven't heard from him.
Okay.
I mean, she sent it to him. at
Weeks
least-
ago.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 weeks.
I don't know.
3 weeks.
John Poirier said he has it. He's not looked at it yet, but I'm assuming he probably, I just talked to him yesterday, so.
I think Mark has more knowledge in this specific, arena. But I also think that the St. Clair County is less willing to help us than Macomb County. All along, they've been willing to help, but not as, not as
eager.
I think not as eager because I know Mark Hackle much better than I know Jeff Bone. Even though I like Jeff, he's a good guy. I don't think he has the power that Hackle has to get things done.
I don't think they have as much money either.
yeah.
And we have a representative that represents us that I don't get along with at all. The guy out in Raleigh Township. well, that used to be Raleigh Township Supervisor and then now
Yeah, I know.
is the county representative, and I think he's around film, but I don't get along with him, and I'm not sure why. It's just our personalities don't click that way. So, I don't know. I've hit more resistance with St. Clair County than I've ever hit with Macomb County in asking for stuff, and I ask for free stuff all the time. So, you know, Macomb has been, I mean, the work that they did with this body on that master plan would have cost us $30,000-$40,000. You know, St. Clair County, what they did may have cost us $5.
Well, you know, they said they were gonna help us to match our zoning up with the master plan, but then they never really,
They never.
I don't know if we ever really asked for the help, or if it just didn't turn out, you know, that they came to any meetings. But I will say this, the St. Clair County Health Department, Sherry Faust, and the people that I've
And the
been
watershed
involved
people,
with.
the river people are
Right.
excited.
Yeah, they're super excited about the park and, you know, the possibilities. And we had a guy from the DNR come out. I don't know if I talked about that at the last meeting or not. No, I guess not. And he's the guy who actually puts the steelhead in the, releases the steelhead fingerlings in the river.
And they did that, didn't they?
The
If you
fish
read
release?
back-
What?
If you read back, they did that, didn't
A few weeks, have you said? Yeah, I don't know. We didn't actually talk about that. We were just talking about the river, what needed to be done, and he said, you really don't need to do anything as far as the fish go. But we need to do bank stabilization, and they want us to stop cutting the grass up to the edge of the river in the park. I mean, it's very simple. There's, you know, it's basically, we have to do less work as far as everything goes,
Leave it more natural.
other than we have to protect the bank that is on the lagoon side where the big curve is. You can actually see it much better from the lagoon property. But anyways, they've been real helpful as far as that. And I mean, Mark's been out here twice, right?
Yeah, anytime I've asked him to come out, he's come out. But, you know, we need to get,
Right in here.
it's very important to get
Yeah.
this plan in place and to get it
Yeah, that's
approved
gonna keep cutting.
and be able to apply for grant money. While we have a state representative, right now, who is the minority whip in the House and she has a lot of power right now, so, I mean, she can, and is willing to help this community. So, you know, Andrea, yeah, she's done, I mean, anytime I've asked for anything, she's been over backward to help me out, and, so, yeah, she's been a benefit to this community.
Maybe we should send her a copy of this and let her give it to one of her minions and let them take a look at it.
Yeah, we probably should. I can call her, tomorrow and get it sent to her.
And so if you go to where it says required plan content on page 4, two of the things are the description of the planning process and the description of the public input. So I don't know if we can just put like copies of our minutes from our planning meetings in here. I saw there definitely was minutes from meetings that other people had. I mean, you know, they're not very detailed or anything like that. Nobody else's were either, so I don't think it's really that big of a deal. But as far as the public input process is, I mean, we've had all these meetings. There's really not been any public input other than
The questionnaire.
the questionnaire, right?
Not available to them though, that's the key, you know. Regular
Well, we had
meeting
the one
available to
meeting where they
public.
came and talked about the disc
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
golf.
those
I
are the
mean,
people coming
those
in.
minutes
Yeah,
would probably be. And they play around at the same meeting.
right. And that was from that questionnaire.
Yeah.
That was after the questionnaire, and, I mean, did we allowed public comment after that questionnaire came out?
We definitely didn't stop it.
No, so,
I don't think we ever really compiled the questionnaire into anything usable yet, have we?
No,
Do
no,
you
we
still
don't.
have it, or do I have it, or?
the girls have it in
The
there.
girls have it, okay. I'll try to do something with it. I'll look at how other people, you know, because it seemed to me they made like a spreadsheet kind of a thing, maybe, is that what it was?
Yeah,
That's what we need to do?
with tables and, you know, if we need to, we can always probably, send that to the county and have them work up graphs and, because they'll pretty everything up too. I mean, they flat out told me, I said, look, we've got a plan, it's mostly paragraphs, and they're like, oh, we'll put headings and all that other stuff, like they did with their master plan. I mean, it's a good looking document.
Right.
And, you know, we'll do the meat and they can do the potatoes.
Okay.
You know, though, when I was doing what is it called, the citizen guide to the state of the city that we have to do under the governor's plan, I was doing that this year. In this public land that we haven't allowed the public to have access to, that we've added to our park inventory, it is basically tripled the sizes of our parks the city owns, which is a huge step. I mean, when you can triple the amount of parks you have in the community, it's a huge step. So, and every time I went back there, I'd run into somebody, and it's not really improved yet. So, once it is improved and we get the word out, which is another thing that kind of needs to start happening, there needs to be some marketing of this community. I think you'll see a lot more people coming in and spending their money in town, which is important. And we did vote, I don't know if this is in, I actually don't think it's in here, we voted, there is a name to that trail.
Oh,
The James Wells
Right.
Nature Trail.
I saw
And
that
that back portion of the park is the Wells Settlement Park. Or or Wells Settlement Drive, we renamed
Yeah,
Park Road,
the road.
Wells Settlement Drive, to bring up the history of that. Now, the Historical Society did say they would do a trailhead monument of some sort with the history of the Wells Settlement and the history of Memphis. And there's a possibility that the extension, the Michigan State Extension, will help us go out and label things and make it an educational walk as well.
label all the flowers and fauna.
Yeah, flora and fauna, except they want to get rid of all the non-indigenous, they're telling us what to remove so that it's all
All the invasive species.
invasive species.
there's only 3 back there. I went back there with a couple master gardeners, and there's 3 things that we need to work on, and the biggest one is gonna be garlic mustard, which is like just a little plant that,
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
and it's everywhere, yeah. There's a little bit of Phragmites and there's some Japanese knotweed, but they're not too bad, but the garlic mustard, and it's super hard to get rid of, so they said it's gonna be something, they've been working on it for
Years.
now.
The other thing is mosquitoes back there. They get pretty bad back in there.
Yeah, you'll never get rid of that just because of the moisture. It's always there. It's always wet back in there. Just-
So what do we need to do on this?
I think what I said is what we need to do. I mean, if you guys are happy with what you've seen so far, I think, if there's things that we need to add, we need to add them, but we have to have the citizens' input part, so we need to somehow compile the questionnaires or whatever you call
And
it.
have a open citizen comment
And
at
we
the
need
next
to-
meeting.
Yeah, we need to schedule a public hearing.
Well, I'll make a motion, we schedule a public hearing for the open space, the park recreation and open space plan for the city of Memphis for the next planning commission meeting, which would be January, looks like 8th? January 8th, 2015.
Support.
We have a motion and a support to schedule the open hearing,
Public meeting.
public meeting for January 8th. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
So that'll need to be in the paper for 15 days before the meeting, so we probably need to probably get it done.
Yeah, it's gonna be the 14th of January, correct?
What?
Second Wednesday.
Second Wednesday?
14th of January.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it? Oh, that must be
The
January
first- Yeah, the
2014.
first will be on Thursday.
Oh.
It'll be 14th.
Okay, that's 2014.
Change that date,
I'm
Kirk.
looking at.
What
Yeah,
was it?
January
The
14th.
14th of January, not the 8th.
I was looking at last year. We'll schedule it for last year.
114.
That way I can be there.
Correct.
You can be there on the 14th, you ain't leaving until the 15th.
That's true.
There you go.
You're packing the truck, though.
So that took care of our new business addition to the,
Well, no, we gotta talk about this,
No,
right?
that's new business, new business is the,
Oh, okay. well,
yeah, because the Parks and Rec plan is really part of the implementation of the master plan.
Right.
So if you go to this thing here, you go to page 4. And number 19 here on page 4 is where our part starts.
January 8th, don't you, for the... That's a Thursday.
14.
14th's a Wednesday, yeah, I thought he said the 8th.
No, 14.
So anyways, if you look in here, these are the questions that,
What page are we on? I'm sorry.
page
4.
4 of the, is it, okay, it's all yellowed on yours too, right? Okay, just so you guys, I'll just let you read it. I don't know if you guys have seen, nobody's seen this, right?
No.
So they got here. So it's 19, 20, 21, and 22. Those are the 4 parts. If you want to just scan them real quick, and then we'll talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, that's right.
Municipal ordinance violation, Bureau.
That's the police. Because we have our own tickets now.
The code book is a word.
Wow.
Is that what you're saying?
I thought it was, I don't know. Here's the
That's the
thing,
lawyers, huh?
here's the thing, over the years, we have all these pages that have to get added to the code book.
Right.
Well, the code book that she gave me to look at had not been updated since 2000. So it's possible that whatever we sent to whoever's doing this, they didn't have it completely updated.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last time we added pages to our code book.
2009 was the last time.
Was it?
But I, like even Donna's, I looked at hers, there was pages that needed to be taken out, but were never taken out. So you going through there and look at something, and you're looking at it, and then all of a sudden you flip to the next page, and here's the new part, and the page I was just reading probably should have been removed. You know, because when you get the stuff that has instructions, it tells you right in there, you know.
That's why this is so important to do.
Right. So it's, I mean,
So this is a review, this part is a review of our
Our
code
entire
book.
code book.
yeah.
What the handwritten notes in here are from,
Me, most of that my scribble.
okay.
And this is, well, you don't
I don't
have
have
it.
those, okay, that's what I was trying to get at.
My
So
code book's gotta be...
But you're saying, I think the stuff highlighted yellow is stuff that we
right,
need to take
yeah.
action on.
this is
So I
the
think I
stuff,
pulled it out now,
that,
but
these
it's
are the
just
4
been a-
sections that they wanted to have the plan commission look at. So here's the thing, it basically talks about how our stuff has not been overhauled since 1957 in the first part. Well, the good news is that we don't have to, as dumb as this sounds, and I talked to John Paul Ray at Macomb County Planning, he told me that according to this Planning Enabling Act of 2008, which is what they wanted us to update to, it says right in here that, I may have already read this, I don't know.
Or grandfather in.
Right, let's see.
This section, they're not really asking for any action.
If after the
Except for
effective date of this act, the city or home rule village adopts charter provision providing planning commission, that's what you were wanting to read?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, that's in there. Okay. Right. I remember marking it, but now I can't find it. Is that planning enabling excerpt? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so it basically says right in here that unless you're creating your planning commission after this act in 2008, you're grandfathered in. I mean, in the future, we may want to change some stuff around, but here's the thing, what she called me about it yesterday was that, oh, this has to be done, you know, by the 29th, it's all going to these people so they can wrap it all
We're
up.
under the gun.
The other part, which is number 20, membership compensation. So we should probably change that to, instead of having a number in there, just change it to an amount set by city council. That way we don't have to change the code if we change how much people get paid.
Right.
The other thing is about the hearing, they said, it says right in here that 5.93, which doesn't exist in your code, but like I said, I don't think they must have had an incomplete code book, because here it is right here that I
You
found
do
this.
have it.
I found this in Donna's, yeah, public hearing notification requirements is right here. So really, everything that's in here, we're all set. It wasn't that bad at all. Just so you guys are aware of it, I don't know if you have any questions.
So that's all that needs to be turned in by the end of the month.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we're just telling them, you know, look a little harder, here's this page here, and.
I don't think they had that page.
Right.
They had.
Well, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
right. I mean, they're the lawyers, so we're, you know.
Right,
So-
right.
Do we need to vote on anything, or we don't, do we?
No.
No, we're just reviewing.
We're not changing anything?
what's available, we're just
Okay.
reviewing.
Other
We
than-
are changing an
Except
amount
for
to be
the,
set by council,
Right,
so instead of $15.
Maybe you want to vote on that.
Change the verbiage.
Well,
That's something we're changing or the council?
I don't know, the council usually has to change that. So
We
we
can
need to
Oh,
make
yeah, yeah,
recommendation.
yeah.
We need to make a recommendation, somebody needs to make a motion, to make a recommendation to council to make that
Make that change.
31003, membership compensation. C, compensation. Each appointed member of the commission shall be compensated in an amount set by council for each monthly meeting that he or she attends. So does that sound, okay, I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second to change verbiage per Dan.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make this look good.
There you
Is
go.
everybody clear on what the motion was?
No, I understand it's, we're looking at here,
It's right here.
change to
It's right here, this C. Like that, an amount for $15.
You want this?
No, that's set by council.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I don't know why you're
He just said,
well, it's,
All right.
I'll second.
Good enough for government
All
work?
right, we got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. So that's all we needed to do as far as that goes, I mean, as far as you can tell.
What about the land usage stuff? We don't have to do anything on that?
Uh-oh,
Yeah, wasn't there something about,
I didn't even see that. She handed me the thing, it was folded over, and I thought it was just those 4 sections.
It was on
What
sliver.
page?
It's
page you on?
page 11,
No, I didn't know, I didn't do that.
Michigan Planning Enabling Act.
Uh-oh.
right, yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
It is necessary for the city to review the Michigan Planning Enabling Act, effective September 2008, to ensure correct procedures are followed creating a master plan. Well, I'm sure we followed the right things for creating a master plan. Enforcing zoning and provisions and subdivision regulations, following points are addressed, but they are not an
This is
exhaustive
the
list.
question that they're asking, doesn't that include this?
Okay, we strongly suggest additional compliance. You know, this is something that we can actually maybe make no changes on now and go over with the Macomb County Planning Department. Because we know our master plan was done in accordance with that Michigan Enabling Act, because they talked to us about it over and over again. You have to do this, you have to take this step, we have to do that, and we have to do that. So they made sure that we did that right. And that includes its zoning plan. And I'm not sure about subdivision regulations. But we didn't make any subdivision regulations in our master plan.
no, but we had in the past.
Well, you know, and just to point this out, I did notice when I was going through their stuff, which has the different numbers, this thing right here, that they actually had used the word, even though ours says planning commission in here, they used zoning commission. So maybe in Ohio it's different, but it actually
Right,
does
right.
say in here that it's planning, you know, it can only be called a
Yeah,
planning
that's
commission.
pretty
So
bad.
you may want to
Zoning
point
board's
that out
also
to them,
in
yeah.
No more, no such thing as a zoning board anymore as of July 1, 2011.
Just so everybody,
Well, that's what it says. Zoning boards and zoning commissions are gone by July 1st, 2011. Thus, planning commission is to be in place by then.
right, and we've always had a plan, that was always been.
Public hearing notices are uniform, not less than 15 days, which we were trying to do. Intergovernmental plan periods are consistent, 63 days for master plan, 42 days for an amendment to the master plan. Okay, there's clarity on which jurisdictions, variance, and authority create procedures and review and approval. Clarifies that zoning must be based upon a plan description of districts, regulations, zoning map, standards for rezoning. Review the chapter with your attorney and determine if you need to make additional changes.
And it's the only thing I see is that a couple of suggestions to get with the attorney to make sure we,
Okay, here's one thing that we should do is insert, if this is just a, to assist users in locating these, let's see, uses not otherwise included in special use, references the State Airport Zoning Act and the State Tall Structure Act. To assist users in locating these acts, we suggest inserting MCLA 259 and State Airport Zoning Act and MCLA 259-481 for State Tall Structures Act. Shall we do so? That's just a yes.
That's a yes.
Do we need to make a motion?
I don't know, I think city council will on that. That's just a verbiage change.
Right.
So,
Well, you're adding, right, the state, you basically
yeah,
just
we're
taking.
just
the
adding the
state-
numbers.
We have to look at too many.
So we've got answers on most of these, yes, yes,
that's
yes.
what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so we just need to put yes there.
We got enough property to have an airport.
How the grocery store? I guess I didn't see all these.
Mobile home park district. Just come across that right there.
Yeah. All right, is there anything else? We need to change that.
Trailer code, yeah, it's a different creature altogether than mobile home.
Yeah, that's just a yes.
Yeah.
Just review plan, commission. Yeah, I don't think there's any changes on that. Wow.
You actually read this whole thing up, Frank, congratulations.
Yeah, I don't see how you did it.
It was, well, our first meeting was like 4 hours long. It was,
Yeah, paragraph by paragraph.
it was not a fun meeting there, especially trying to find stuff in the code book. I mean, it's
Just been back and forth trying to figure it out.
And it's
Yeah,
code,
exactly.
Which code?
Right, yeah, the new and the old, we'd use both.
It shouldn't be anything but
Is there gonna be page numbers in the new one, Dave?
an app.
Yeah.
An app
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think so.
Well,
It's gonna have
yeah,
numbers like this,
for God's
title, it has like, ordinance, sub number, that's the way they
Page
do laws,
section,
yeah,
yeah.
page section, whatever. But,
Page
the
section,
nice thing about the new
paragraph.
ones, you're gonna go on the computer, you type something in, it'll find every instance
Yeah.
of
Searchable.
animals, and you'll be able to search through it.
All right,
And if we change anything and send it to them, it's changed immediately for the public to view.
That's the beauty of it. Don't have to worry about insert page 14, remove page 13, 12.
So you won't be getting code books anymore then? They'll just be, everything be online?
Yeah, all online, or we
Still
can
gonna
get
need one
this.
master printed document.
Yeah,
That'd be
they'll,
all.
they'll print us as many copies as we want.
right, right.
I think they were gonna do new copies for council if they wanted them. I don't want
We
one.
should put one in the library.
Yeah, we should.
That is a good idea.
All right, that's a good idea.
Good photocopy with it.
But, all right. Anything else?
Wow. That's a mouthful. I might have to read some of that, it sounds really, really like I'm gonna have trouble sleeping, so.
That'll help you.
What's that little symbol anyways?
Yeah.
State code or something? Is that what that's supposed to mean?
I think it's
Before the
actually a
number
shorthand
there.
for something,
This right here?
yeah. Yeah, it's a three-letter code that stands for something, but I don't remember what it is. They're all stacked up.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Code of the states or something like that, I don't remember.
SOS.
COS? Google it.
Google it. Any other new business? Any comments from the commissioners? Right?
Not for me.
Nothing.
Dan?
Just enjoyed working with you guys.
Sorry to see you go, I'll say that, you've been a real leader, to say the least, and that's something the city's lacked for a long, long time, so we're gonna miss you.
Appreciate
And
it.
they'll find that out probably 6 months afterwards, unless we can find somebody as dynamic as you are, so.
I'd like to move Eric into the position.
I wouldn't argue with that, Eric's a
Yeah.
good man too. Other than that, Eric?
No, you've been a real pain in the ass, luckily it hasn't been my ass.
Rich?
We're good, Memphis will miss you.
Dan, it's been a pleasure. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you were on the planning commission when I first started, what was that, 15 years ago?
You know,
Back
something
in the
like
last
that.
century.
I think, we were working on the,
Wasn't it?
what were we working on?
Condominium ordinance.
Condominium ordinance, that's exactly what we were working
Oh,
on.
yes, that's when I stepped in and I said, what am I doing?
What kind of video?
Yeah,
That yellow part right there.
exactly, well, yeah, exactly, that little yellow part. I Googled it. Yeah, it doesn't say what it is. This is something different.
Anything else, Kurt?
No. Make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion and
Support.
a support to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Carried.
That symbol means section of law.
Ah.